Reliable Rascals, righteous review of released records.
Hello.
Hey.
You Brother Moose.
I am.
Of course you're Brother Moose. Brother Moose.
Brother Raccoon.
Brother Raccoon. Oh, thank you. I like that name.
Pleasure.
You have a new record.
Yeah, well, I've got this demo CD that I've been releasing, handing out at shows. It's a collection of demos that I'm hoping to release in two separate projects, hopefully by the end of this year.
Two separate projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got one project where it's mostly just songs for guitar and voice. Maybe add some string and piano in the background, but it's mostly just very minimal. That's one project, and then I got another project where I'm hoping to have a lot more going on, full band, more noise.
Oh, neat. Very good. Very good. And you brought some books with you too.
Yeah, these are some books of poetry. Yeah, there you go. Here, I'll help you with that. Sorry, they're kind of slippery. I've got these, I hand these out at my shows as well. They're books of poems that I've self-published, stuff that I've accumulated throughout the years since I was like 20. And, yeah, and they're great for throwing too. But yeah, I like the idea of selling books of poetry at the show because I feel like it represents, this sort of unity that exists with words and language and music and songwriting. So I think this kind of represents that in a way. So that's why I sell books of poetry at a music show.
Excellent. You're a complex artist. Multidimensional, I should say. Multidimensional. What I really like is that you have this one song, and you mentioned the raccoon, and it's the hour. I want to be smoking by nakedness at the hour of the raccoon. That's about me.
That's
about me.
I was thinking specifically about you.
I knew it. So you got a bird. You got a song it's a single bird in it. You're writing about a dead bird at first, and then it goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
Tell us about what happened. You said in your life that something happens through the course of the day, and that makes the song. And tell us about that day or where that came from.
Well, that song in particular, I kind of had an idea that I wanted to write a song based on this poem that I really liked by a poet named Jack Spicer. And in the poem's called "The Poem Without a Single Bird in It."
Oh.
So he's kind of, I interpreted it as like he's poking fun at the idea of, that idea of if you're a poet, you must know something about ornithology, or you must be obsessed with nature. It's like, it's fine if you're into that stuff. That's cool. But it's just I'm confronting that idea of if you're going to be a poet or a musician, you have to be a certain this or that, or you have to be into this or that. So it's like, all right, I'm going to write a song with a bunch of birds in it, but the bird's going to be dead, and there aren't going to be any other birds, and that's kind of the irony of the song, because the song is a song without a single bird in it,
Yes.
there is a dead bird in it. So in a way, I mean, there is no bird.
No bird, dead bird.
So it's accurate.
Very clever. I like that song.
Well,
One of my favorites.
Thanks.
You seem to have this special relationship with nature and imagery, but one thing that I keep finding are mountains. There's a beginner's guide. You say, go tell it on the mountains, fire in the mountains. The song Passer, you say to kill the mountain, go kill the mountain. And wind chimes, the mountain comes back. But this time, you're on a microbus, and it's letting you. These roads are letting you turn away from the mountain, and then it comes back. There's an oil and milk. There's descending the electric mountain and the people mixing the people's blanket. And then again, this is I count 5 times, one for each nail on my paw. Comes back on 3 verses. Don't let the ugly mountain go until it blesses you. Crazy bastard dies inside of us. So was this a conscious or sort of thing, or just that you're thinking about mountains and they just keep coming back? And is it a different mountain every time, or the same mountain, or what? Tell us about that.
Yeah, see, it's interesting because I don't really realize that these things keep reappearing in songs or poems, because they're kind of just floating around in my subconscious the whole time, that they kind of just appear consistently without my realizing it. So I think that the image of the mountain that keeps coming up, it's never me glorifying the mountain, it's always me sort of mocking the mountain. So it's like mocking this idea of being grandiose, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I think. That's my relation with the mountain, is like the mountain as this symbol of being grandiose and being grand and all powerful. And I'm sort of saying like, hey, you know, get away from the mountain. You know, we don't need to kill the mountain and just be a person. You know. Snack time, yeah. That was a delicious looking carrot.
Thank you.
That's good for you. Carrots are really good for you. I didn't know raccoons liked carrots too. I thought that was just a rabbit thing. Do rabbits even like carrots in real life? I don't think they do.
I like everything.
That's good. You have an eclectic taste in vegetables.
In vegetables and in music.
And music.
And so do you.
I do, yeah. I do.
A man of many mediums, music and writing. And so, you've been talking a lot about imagery, about these mountains and the dead bird, and we haven't talked much about the musical side. Like, tell us something about what inspires you, like sonically, or what are you listening to these days that might influence not on what you have, but what's to come, where you're going.
Well, the sound that I try to explore is definitely informed by, you know, definitely Bob Dylan, definitely like Burt Jansch, a lot of British folk, Nick Drake. Lately though, I've been listening to a lot of you need help with that? I can help you out.
Keep talking.
Oh, cool, yeah. You know, I've been listening a lot lately to Robbie Basho. He's this American guitarist. Man, it looks delicious. You mind if I have some? Can I have a bite? Oh, dude. It's so enjoyable when the platform interacts, so playful, oh my goodness, God is mine. I greet the others, they arrive like a helicopter, read the good propeller, carry on. So we better fly the kite until we laugh ourselves to nothing, into nothing, moving on. tomorrow under the umbrella that you wear. I, another phantom skin, you the name of everyone I know. What's the gun in the mother wing? Why is the wind a yes wind when I go? You know the ceiling out the door wears a monocle, the sunny taste of alphabets, the sonic taste malign. We, like the others, build no towers, only elevators, mornings after welcome of the wicked welcome there. Moving figure, I invite you to come uncover my families of light. Thank you, oh my goodness, thank you for the hesitant agenda, no agenda now begin. I, another phantom skin, you the name of everyone I know. What's the gun in the mother wing? Why is the wind a yes wind when I go? Crooning out to you, it ain't me, must be one amongst us who variety. All of you in tower, I invite you to come salutable, come now. The bird you sang of was unfortunate when it fell down from its childhood. It was decaying in a parking lot when suddenly God